All right, so I've been on a John Wick high since Friday, and we're not reviewing John Wick 4 because it's fucking 3 hours long.
Oh, I've been on a Super Mario high.
Can we at least
since
watch the
Saturday.
He's
first
on a
one?
Mario high.
Yeah.
Can we at least
watch
watch
that
John
movie.
Wick 1? How long is that?
We did John Wick 2.
3.
3. Was
So
it 3 that we-
watching John Wick 1 wouldn't.
How about I just loan you that movie?
Yeah, you watched it on your.
I have to. You know what?
Maybe
You're right
you
because
just
I have
come
to
over
finish.
to my house now that you have a little more free time.
A touch
Just
more
come
free
over
time.
and we'll watch
John Wick. Yeah, that sounds great.
I've shown so many people that movie now. It's like a dozen people. But it's worth it. But we didn't watch that. We watched, since I wanted to see more badass action, we
Yeah.
watched The Raid Redemption.
Redemption.
It's not a sequel. It's the first one.
It is the first
Yeah.
one. It
Redemption
just,
made it
has a
seem-
redemption.
Yeah, it's like
We don't know who's being redeemed. I don't know.
We don't know the overall theme of the
Jesus
next
isn't
one.
in this movie.
No,
I know it's
there's no
Easter
Jesus.
Monday or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Jesus could, honestly, he'd do really well. in this
Indonesian movie, right?
Yeah.
This was like, we have watched Indonesian movies before, but not at all.
Oh, really old.
We
ones.
watched Mystics in Bali. Incredible,
Amazing.
insane horror movie. We watched Lady Terminator.
Yeah.
Also incredible.
What?
Oh
Lady
yeah,
Terminator.
Lady
There's a
Terminator.
femoid
Oh,
roboid?
It's not what you think.
It is something special. Let me tell you, those are
It's
amazing.
Yeah.
Those are amazing, good bad movies. This is just a good movie. This is a great,
Yeah,
hard-hitting
good
action movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty straightforward. Cops going in to raid this drug lord that owns this apartment building.
Yeah, cops normally don't go there, but today they
can't
said,
fuck with him.
fuck it, let's do it.
It's
We're
like
gonna get this
Cabrini.
guy.
And there's a,
There's a neighborhood. Sorry, I didn't mean to. There's a neighborhood in Chicago.
Yeah.
It's like it's a whole building just like this, and like the cops will be posted up outside of the general premises.
You
just
took me into there one time.
No, that was different. That was Crystal Lake.
Oh.
Your dad took us there one time
by accident.
on purpose, like to show us just how fucking wild these streets was.
Yeah.
Shout out to Patrick's dad.
Yeah.
Glad you made it through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It shows you what it's really like. Think you got it bad now? Look at this place.
Take you to Cabrini Green.
Well, cheers.
Cheers to the raid.
Redemption.
Raid Dead Redemption.
But this movie was kind of a renaissance, and not just Indonesian action, but
To all action.
I think it was well, it's one of those movies that came out and it was kind of under the radar the same way John Wick was.
Yeah.
That people were like, "Holy shit, this is badass, brutal, hard-hitting action." Because there was quite a few years, especially since late '90s, 2000, The Matrix. That was there. And then it's like kind of action
Yeah.
movies, kind of.
Kind of fell off because a lot of the main action stars were getting older and kind
Yeah, and they
of went away for a bit.
fading into
Yeah.
the
Kind of feeling their
background
way into a new
a
generation.
little
really.
bit. I mean, there was some good stuff in the early 2000s. Schwarzenegger and Stallone were still kicking around, but there was
Yeah.
kind of this decline, right?
Right.
So this is in 2011, and we finally have a badass action movie, but it's Indonesian, so a lot of people didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But it's this great mix of, it's got kung fu and Thai kickboxing and
Right.
this Kali knife fighting shit, and
I enjoyed the knife fighting.
the knife stuff's the best.
Yeah.
There is one particular. What's the main guy's name?
Rama.
Rama. What's the actor's name? Ito.
It was Eco
Uvice.
Uvice.
Vice.
Uvice. Weissenhausen. Yeah, this guy is great. And there's one particular scene, and it's when. So you've got a lot of gun shit early on, shooting guns, and I'm always like, in this movie, I've seen it a few times. I'm like, let's get past the guns to stabbing and kicking, punching. But that when that really gets going is there's a fight scene in the hallway where our main guy Rama, he's got a knife in one hand and he's got a nightstick, a tonfa,
Yes.
Yeah.
in the other, and that is, I think, literally one of the best
Yeah.
choreographed action scenes I've seen. It's really really great how they
Yeah, I have to agree with
incorporate
you.
all this fucking
Yeah,
stabbing. He's using a
stabbing.
tapa to hook
Yep.
legs, block, hit shit. It's really awesome.
I was really impressed with all the punching of behind the knees to get him down.
Yeah,
Stuff. I was like, oh, that's
yeah. Where he's like,
Never
tuck,
thought of
tuck,
that,
tuck. Like he hits him in the ankle, the knee, the hip.
Yeah.
To where the guy's just like collapses. Yeah.
I figured one of the bad guys in this, like, who really has like the crazy eyes. That's like
Yeah.
going around. It's like, I'll stab your wife if you don't tell us where they're at. He didn't really have much in it. Mad Dog had like better fight scenes.
Yeah,
later
the guy
on.
with the
Yeah.
machete went down like a bitch
Yeah.
with all of his buddies.
Yeah.
Like they got beat down pretty good.
It's like, this dude seemed more crazier than Mad Dog. Mad Dog just seems like he's a dude. He just rather fight for his kill.
Yeah.
Versus just
He's a little,
yeah.
but he's like a little dude.
Yeah.
He just got long hair. I don't
Right.
know. They get him a lot where the hair's coming down. It's just like
I've seen him in quite a bit of movies. I just can't think of what they were.
yeah,
But I want to say there are other martial arts movies that he was in too.
yeah. He's been in quite a few things.
That's the Mad Dog's the individual who has the cop
Yeah,
Oh,
on
yeah.
the draw,
Yeah.
and then he takes him back to his apartment, unloads the handgun, and just.
he's like,
Yes.
I want to have fun. I want.
Yeah.
I like
hands-on
that. I
fun."
respected Mad Dog. Yeah.
And then he murders him. He
Yep.
ends up killing him. But see, I expected more from that guy. I hadn't seen this in a while, but
Yeah.
the guy that he murders there, the other cop, that guy is like the main villain in The Night Comes for Us, I
Okay.
think is the name of it, which is a later on movie with these same guys. Also, the guy that plays Rama is in that. All these guys are in that fucking
Yeah.
movie. That movie's fucking awesome too. It's just like a lot longer.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll still watch. It's like 2 hours long. Maybe we'll watch it anyway because it's like this but kicked up a notch.
Gotcha.
Like they've really started to. The people making these movies really refine their shit.
You see the hammers go into heads.
Yeah.
This time
Yeah. They don't
Yeah,
cut
the
away.
effects in this movie were pretty good.
they were.
I thought so.
Low and
We've
nice.
seen a lot of movies where they cut away,
Yeah.
and just kind of imply the violence, but all the violence was right there. It's definitely top notch.
Oh yeah. The story of the well, we got the basis why these cops are there. But previous to that, Rama is, I guess, tasked with bringing his brother back.
It didn't
From
seem
his
that
dad?
seemed kind of like his dad didn't
Yeah.
really like task as much as like
Yeah.
it was like an implied like we know he's there.
I totally
Yeah.
missed that. Yeah,
Yeah, that was
the
at the
dad
beginning.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. They found out. So they found out our main character, his brother, is in this criminal organization. I totally missed that
Yeah.
until later on.
Yeah, because it's kind of like the first scene is the only scene where people aren't preparing to be and or being violent.
yeah.
With it, it's like he's there, he's got his pregnant wife.
Yeah.
It's like I will return, and then he leaves, and either his dad. I kind of got the feeling it was her dad, just by the look of disappointment.
That's how I thought, but
Like I don't
Just by
even
the
like
look.
you. You're not even a lieutenant.
we find out later it's his brother because he talks about it. He's
Yeah.
like, you're my brother. You're gonna be an uncle.
Yeah, we haven't even
Yeah.
talked to you in 6
Yeah.
years. Apparently, you're near the top of this criminal organization.
Yeah, despite only being on like the third floor.
Yeah.
'Cause
But yeah, so they're raiding this place to get this boss. It ends up being a trap. But we're gonna talk about the boss for a minute. There's this great scene where you introduce to him where they're talking about this guy, where he's like eating a sandwich or something. Oh, he's eating noodles.
Yeah.
He's eating the Indonesian version of the sandwich with his noodles.
Yes.
So he's eating these noodles, sets them down. He's got like 6 guys on their knees over a plastic sheet, and just starts fucking executing one by one.
Yeah.
And they're just all looking at each other. I mean, you see, it's very violent. And he runs out of bullets. The last guy, so he's like, "Hold on to this for me." He puts the gun on the guy's shoulder. He goes back in the drawer and he's got some bullets, but then he's got a hammer. He's like, picks up the hammer, claw in first.
Yeah.
Hits him with the hammer. So you see this good introduction of this guy who's just like a casual murderer. He doesn't. Guy doesn't give a fuck. And he's like, oh, my house is being raided. All these guys are gonna die. He's got cameras everywhere, and basically they seal it in. The cops that were left outside when they start this raid, those cops get killed. They have the building surrounded. So these guys are. The whole movie is these guys being trapped inside the building, and now they're just trying to escape because And then he gets on the speaker and he's like, free rent for life
Yeah.
if you take out a cop or whatever.
You gotta bring him to me. Free
Yeah.
rent. Sweet.
Yeah.
Everybody out to kill him, except for one dude.
Yeah.
I think he was the secret bad guy. The one that was bringing medicine to his wife.
He was.
He's the way up there, dude.
He's just gonna go find a corpse after
Yeah.
everyone else is done killing, and
You gotta think not suicide. Squid Games.
Squid Game. Squid Game.
Yeah.
I didn't finish Squid Game.
Oh, okay. Well,
I guess I know what happened.
How do you not finish Squid Game?
yeah, that's weird.
Because anytime I turn on the TV, it's play a video game.
All right.
Still gotta finish it.
That's what I said about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well, you already did that.
Well, yeah, and I started it again. That's a storyline I like to follow.
Why don't you finish this storyline and split back to this movie?
The
We'll
Raid.
Come back to that. Yes,
Back
the
to
raid. Anyways, free rent for life. We start kind of getting two and two together of this old man cop, the only one with white hair.
Yeah.
Something's not right. He's
not participating with everyone else.
He's like, help's not coming.
Yeah.
We're all fucked.
yeah. He's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like,
nobody
what?
knows. Yeah.
What do you mean?
If he knew what was up, which we find out he does, why would he volunteer to go on? I mean, I guess you start to think that he's on there to make sure, like, the business that he's attending to is cleaned up. But if he knows it's a trap, why does he sign up?
Well, he doesn't know it's true. They fucked up.
Yeah.
He thought they could do it. He's trying to. This dirty cop, is basically getting paid to kill this guy.
Right. But he was
But
trying
he's
to do
using
it,
the other
using
cops
the
to do it.
Yeah. Not
That's
letting
what's
them
happening.
know everything. He's just telling them, yeah, this is a mission that we're doing.
Yeah, they think it's a real
Yeah. That's
official
why he's
thing,
so
and
upset
he's using
when
them to.
It's a bunch of rookie cops.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's why.
So yeah, but they go in and most of the cops get killed pretty quickly. Like a fucking in the stairwell fight, they all get mowed down.
Yeah.
Down to like 3 or 4 people. What a shame. Pretty quick.
Pretty cool. Yeah, they get whittled down pretty quickly.
I like the scene where he rips out the propane tank, stuffs
Yes.
it in the refrigerator, and has his buddy pulled up because they're like barricaded in this room. They pull the fucking refrigerator, push it over to the door. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop this grenade in, and when I do, we turn it toward the door and I'll like open it.
Yeah.
So it's all spewing this propane out, throws it in, turns it, and it's like a bomb that goes out in the hallway.
Improvised.
Oh, yeah.
I've got that
Good
on
stuff.
the list, actually.
Yeah, we call that the reverse Indiana Jones. That's what
Yeah.
we came up with.
Yeah, it's the reverse Indiana Jones. Exactly.
Yeah. What? Oh, you made a whole list here?
Okay.
Is this when you were?
Okay.
Yeah, this is.
Texting
Y'all
your-
thought I was texting. I was actually making a whole list.
I didn't
You
even
were
know you were
making
doing
notes?
anything.
I made notes. Yeah.
About-
First of all,
about
I
the
kinda
realism
got-
of the gunfights.
That's what it started as. First
Okay.
of all, I got a little messed up.
Okay.
All right.
Like you got too drunk.
Not too drunk, but I participated in other substances prior.
I don't know anything about that, but go on.
Yeah.
That's why I was very vague about it. I didn't think you would. Or you. Anyway. It started as because I expected this movie to be, and I think the list is actually kind of explanatory as to my reasonings. It started out as I thought this was going to be like a high action, just shooting style movie. So I did come in with the expectations of such.
Yeah.
And when the expectations stopped lining up, I started the list of things that, like, tactically, if you're doing this,
Yeah.
you're going to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Once they started just beating ass hand to hand, I started to realize that none of the guns actually mattered.
Right.
Yeah.
It was all about just getting into a situation in a modern kind of landscape that you can write about and relate to people, right? Oh, I'm pregnant, I got to do this thing as a cop, but I got a pregnant wife, you know.
Eventually, they're out of bullets. So.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well,
Whatever.
not if you had done it right, but yes. But that's the whole thing. Is that the guns and like gunfight and mafia thing is all just sort of like a shade for what ends up being a modern martial arts movie.
Right.
So once I saw all the real ass whipping
Yeah.
taking place, that's when I realized like the gunplay and everything is just like flash.
Yeah.
Right.
the meat and potatoes of this movie is its martial arts, and that's what really won me over for this film.
Okay.
Is that there was brutal kills, right? They start shooting through doors, and they start like improvising the fridge bomb and things like that. That's where this movie really shines, and that's what made me start to like just completely forget about the gun things. They got some of the gun things right, like with the shells raining all over the place. They got that correct.
Yeah.
There's only one scene where you see a guy basically pew pew haha pew, right? Because like the rest of the gunfire itself, like the strategies and stuff of a SWAT team, didn't really add up in this movie.
Yeah.
But there were parts where they got it right, and like for the area, if you kind of know what global militaries are equipped with in that area, like what they had available would have been what like they would have seen on the streets every day.
Yeah.
Right. So as far as like the accuracy of the depiction of firearms, that was good. The use and the SWAT team behavior, if that's what they really perform like, then it kind of makes sense.
Do you feel safe?
Makes
with
sense
them?
that the drug lords are taking over neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't feel safe with the SWAT team.
With that SWAT team, well, okay, time out. If I can look at the stats and see firearms proficiency versus hand-to-hand, because that's the thing, it's like they really just were god-awful at breaching.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
average American cop, like he gets in a fist fight, he gets immediately bowled over and fuck beat out of him. Like he can still shoot some people usually.
That's what I'm saying. You shoot some people and it's
like the reverse.
Bada bing, bada, yeah, exactly. You know, the martial arts really just was outstanding. Like you said, with the knife and the tonfa.
I don't know how many fucking videos I've seen of fat ass American cops like get attacked and they're just like ah, and they just like start rolling around, get the shit beat out of them. It's like roly poly,
Breathing all heavy.
They have no idea what the fuck to do.
I didn't like that outside of the firearms, like they just looked underprepared.
Yeah,
Like they were wearing, and I understand there's probably a budgetary limit here,
right, definitely. Yeah.
but like you had like airsoft equipment, and they were wearing the vests, not really vests, but like rigs.
Yeah.
But they didn't have like
They didn't have
extra
anything,
magazines.
extra magazines. There was no medical equipment.
Yeah.
I mean, my list of, I guess,
Did you put on a list why they didn't take the elevator?
no,
Oh.
because that's if you cram a whole SWAT team in the elevator,
They
to the
could've
guy
split up.
who
There's
has
two
the
sets of elevators.
controller who just cuts the wire to the elevator. There's your whole SWAT team. Anyway,
You just jump up.
no, I did think about that. That's what I'm saying.
Send up one idiot just to be sure.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
That's it.
There's a guy like me somewhere on a SWAT team. Like, you guys want me to ride the elevator? Yeah, okay. You guys are dumb as hell.
Wasting all your energy running up these stairs.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. My list of bads, as far as this movie, is probably 2 or 3 times my list of goods. But my come away. Well, no, hear me out. My come away from this movie is that the list of goods heavily outweigh the list of bads.
Right.
You know, accurate shell casings, brutal kills. We see a man who gets his neck thrown into like the bottom of a wall.
Yeah, a
Right.
busted door, and
yeah.
it's like,
I was actually typing in the list when that
Yeah.
happened. I look up and you just see his corpse with, like, that was cool. Brutal kills.
Yeah.
They did shoot through walls and doors and stuff. Like they did actually.
I thought you could hide behind those. Not good.
That's now. Hold on, that's a whole different conversation. We're talking about cover versus concealment.
Yeah.
You can be concealed but still be shot,
Oh.
and cover where you're concealed and the bullets aren't getting through. Doors are concealment, not cover.
Oh.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So when I saw them, the gangsters, like they set up the, there's a scene where they're all trying to, they find out that they're trapped, basically. They get into one apartment, they put all of the shelves and stuff against the door to keep the Mongols from getting in.
yeah,
Mongols?
Yes,
Oh.
hypothetical.
hypothetical. and then they start shooting through the
Yeah.
door and the barricades. I actually noted that because as much as I have about the gunplay not being good,
Yeah.
that was something like, hell yeah, just shoot through the fucking, it's just
Right.
wood.
Yeah.
That would stop bullets.
It does not.
Huh.
Not even
Not
Modern
that
Warfare.
little bit of wood.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The violence is good. I really liked the martial arts in this
Yeah.
film.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the use of the knife,
I liked how many people got killed
fast
by
stabbing.
throwing them out of a window or down the stairwell.
Oh, where the dude's got his back
Oh yeah, the
broken
dude
half.
got ginger snapped. Yeah. I mean, that's a good environmental kill, I feel like. And also, like, those are the kind of things like being stabbed in
Yeah.
the neck with the light
Oh,
bulb,
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Torn across.
Yeah, those are two ways I would hate to die. So seeing them happen, and not in a cutaway sense,
Yeah.
but like he just got snapped in half. Like, that was good. Those are good kills. I didn't mean to
No.
apprehend the
No.
whole review with
No,
my
we
list.
enjoy
I
it.
made a list. I really did enjoy it.
It's a well-spent list.
Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
Yeah, that one.
He
Did
did
the
the whole soundtrack for this movie, and you really can't tell until the end.
I could tell. He has a distinct style.
It's kind of in the background.
He's got, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, the background, the soundtrack for this movie isn't good,
Yeah.
but it doesn't even bother you while you're
Doesn't
watching
take
it.
away from the movie.
It doesn't take
Yeah.
away because you see a dude getting snapped in
Yeah.
half.
Oh, hi.
Oh, the protagonist in this movie is Muslim. We have 2011 inclusivity with the lead cop being a Muslim.
Well, yeah, you were saying everybody's Muslim. Probably.
Oh yeah, in Indonesia, yeah, if everybody's Muslim.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, we get to the end of the movie. There's like this corrupt cop guy grabs the dude at the end. Our
Gets the drug lord guy.
drug lord. He
Yeah.
gets him, and he's with one of the cops, and he fucking kills him. Like,
Yeah.
that's when you say, "Oh, okay." You kind of
Yeah.
think he's shady, but then you verify, "Oh, he definitely is."
Yeah,
fucking
that's
shady.
your evidence.
And he's trying to get out of this building, and there's only like two of them left. And there's this great scene where this old cop, they have this conversation. He's got the guy all tied up and shit. And he's like, "Hey, we gotta." The guys telling the cop, like, "You're fucked no matter what. No
Right.
matter what you do, you're screwed."
It's like, your boss sent you here to get me? Nah, he sent you here to get killed, son.
Yeah, you said you're fucked. He shoots the drug lord in the head, like it's like right there, and then he tries to fucking shoot himself in the head, like eat the gun.
Yep.
And then he's got no bullets. He's out of bullets.
Nope. Yep.
He forgot to count the bullets, check the bullets, see. And so they our main guy grabs him, and they are
Right.
able to.
Arrest him, subdue the crooked cop.
But his brother is still alive, and his brother lets him out. His brother is like in charge now. So.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in charge. We'll be gone by the time you guys come back here and do anything. We'll have another apartment building.
Yeah,
Make
we're
drugs
gonna
out of.
shift apartment
Yeah.
buildings.
We're gonna learn from what we failed here.
Yeah, we're gonna go next door. It's a lot easier to move.
It's like right over there.
Yeah, where our neighbors were at, sniping you guys outside. Yeah, that's where we're gonna move to make our cocaine. No,
There was a fight.
No, yeah, the
drug room.
drug room
There's a lot
fight.
of great
That's pretty
fights
good.
we haven't touched on, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of great fights in this.
where you see old man kind of come out of his shell a bit.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
kicks a little ass.
Yeah, kicks a little bit of ass, and he gets stuck with two dudes. I was hoping he would at least like throw some of it in his face. And just,
My heart. A lot of running up and down tables because
Yeah.
that's what you do when you're in a big room
slide
with
on
a lot
Yeah.
of tables.
Yeah,
You run on top of them.
yeah. Throw people on filing cabinets. Throw filing cabinets onto them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's a weird amount of filing cabinets.
I
for a
wanted
drug
to
room.
say something clever like "file this man under dead" or like something stupid.
Well, now you have.
You
Thank
have
you.
now.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys want to get into scores?
Yeah, let's just do it. We don't need to go into every single detail in this
No.
movie. I think it's, I still think you could probably shave 10 minutes off this movie.
Yeah.
There's some of the slow parts that don't need to be there. Keep the action going, but
Like knowing about the pregnant wife. We
who
just see in the
cares?
beginning.
Well,
Nobody
no, you gotta, no, I'd say, well, okay, leave that in there.
Well,
You
that's
gotta
still
have
kind of
emotional
like a-
tie. But there's times
Yeah.
when they're in the building while the shit's going down where
Right.
it's just they're talking about it. Like, we get what's going on. You don't have
Yeah.
to talk about it. Even then, though, I still think this is really good. The martial arts are great. The Tonfa knife scene is fucking top. Great.
Yeah.
You can't get better than that. The whole drug room fight is really good. And then that final fight with the two brothers and Mad Dog going at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good. Brutal, hard-hitting stuff. Well choreographed. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. Despite being a little slow at times, it's still a 5. If you like hard-hitting action, martial arts stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 5 as well because of the hard-hitting martial arts toughness. They don't make them like they used to. You only got a few genre or the movie, whatever you call them. No, I wouldn't say genres, but like you got the John Wick's style. You
And
got,
that's it.
that's about it.
Shitty ass Marvel
Yeah.
movies that nobody cares about.
You could tell these people knew what they were doing. They knew how to fight. They knew how to choreograph the fights to make them look real
Yeah.
on it. So it doesn't. It's choreographed well enough that it doesn't look choreographed, and the camera shots that they did on it, where it's following their fight scenes and stuff, are done really.
It's not all
too.
these fucking shitty cutaways
Yeah,
constantly because
right,
they suck
yes.
and they're trying to cover
Exactly,
it up.
they're showing the whole thing
Yeah.
except for the kills, because definitely had to be because of budgetary reasons or whatever. It's like I can't keep just showing the hammer going into a dude's head. Fashion. I got other things to show you, like these fights and cocaine
Yes.
room.
Yeah. Nick.
That's gonna be a 4. And a 4 is pretty. I feel like liberal.
Wow, you're being liberal right now.
I am.
Weird.
Interesting.
Huh. Never
The-
thought of you as a liberal.
It happens at the worst time. I felt like for the beginning of this movie, it was front loaded with gunfire violence.
Yeah.
That's the lack of the fighting carried this movie. The
Yeah.
gun violence wasn't all that great, except when it came into play for like, okay, they're fighting, there's a handgun right there, some whatever. Everything about this movie except the lame attempt at trying to tie you in emotionally with this guy having a pregnant wife and all that stuff. There are plenty of movies where the guy is he's just good as shit. He survives, whatever.
Yeah.
The rest of the movie, outside of the soundtrack, which we didn't really notice or hear, I thought the fighting, basically, the scenes with them having melee combat, that carried it. That was really, it was good enough. Like you said, it wasn't a lot of cutaway, it wasn't a lot of wire. It was just some good fighting hallways in an apartment.
Yeah.
Which is how I feel anytime someone's cooking curry in an apartment. That's why I won't rent an apartment no more.
What?
You never smelled curry in a hotel?
I have. But what
Okay,
does that
it's
have to
fucking
do with
gross.
this?
what does
That's what I'm saying. Well, if I had to live in an apartment, I'd be fighting people like this too.
Oh,
Okay, you did
okay,
fights.
okay.
Okay, all right, I got you. I guess I
Interesting.
understand.
Sort of, yeah. 4 out of 5. The martial arts
The
in this
guns
movie,
weren't good enough.
no, but everything else,
Yeah.
it worked.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Ray Redemption.
Nick still has the contest of getting up to 400.
We're gonna.
Somebody gets to pick what he gets to wear on that episode.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going on.
Well, I imagine that something will get picked really embarrassing. That'll lead to me.
Did we decide if it's the viewers get to pick or is it we?
I
get-
thought it was y'all.
Oh, okay.
That would be better.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a lot of rummaging for comments.
Yeah, a
Emails.
lot of
I don't have the
comments.
A lot of
Emails.
comments and emails. I don't want to read them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
All right.
400 subscribers.
Yeah.
The raid. Redemption.
Redemption.
Not a sequel, but there is a sequel.
There is one.